This 2014 Nissan QX70. The guy came in, he was complaining because the brake light was on and the traction control light. Here, I'll show you what that one is. The one with the little car with the squiggly lines that said off and the brake light. It came in, the traction control light was on and the brake light was on. And then I shut the car off and I took it for a drive. And all of the lights were off, but the brake light was flickering. What that means is it's time to look at the brakes. This brake fluid level is a little bit low. It's not down to the minimum line yet, which is strange. Usually they got to be below the minimum line for the brake light to come on, but it's low enough. There's a little bobber in there, a little float. See where this round spot is right here? There's a little float in there. And when it gets down far enough, it turns on your brake light. So basically what that means is you need to get your brakes checked out. It either has a brake leak somewhere, or you're probably going to need some pads and rotors or something. Yeah, so I looked this car over, and the front pad's still got about 6 millimeters on them. But this rear pad, it's down to like 1 millimeter. There's almost no pad left inside of there. So the front one's got about 2 millimeter of pad left down in there. So I'm going to do some rear brake pads. The rotors look really nice. They're not all rusted to hell. They don't have any pulsation issues. So I'm just going to reuse these rotors and put some ceramic pads on. I like using ceramics because they're nice and quiet. If you're just doing a pad slap, the only thing you're going to need to do, the only tool you're going to need is a 14 millimeter. 2 bolts right here. And they're tight. Oops. Don't kick the camera. I kicked the camera. Wow, that's tight. Holy crap, wow. Holy smokes. Oh, that's ridiculous. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this caliper pin out all the way. There's wow, yeah, that's in my way. I was wrong. I'm going to have to break out a 19 millimeter too, and I'm going to have to take these caliper support bracket bolts off. I think the top one I'm just going to loosen up. I'm not going to take it all the way off. I'm going to loosen the top one, and I'm just going to take the bottom one out. See if I can do this. Okay, now I'm going to try to just lift this up. Maybe I'll get lucky. I'll be able to get this out of here. I'm lucky. God, all this stuff is nice and new. I never get to do nice new stuff anymore. It's all old rusty crap. Hence Rust Belt Auto. Yeah, see, if you look at this pad, there's nothing left of it. It's almost down to absolutely nothing. Uh-oh, where'd my little rubber boot go? It tried to run away on me. Thing got legs. Put that back on. Okay, I got new abutment clips, so I'm going to use them. Just going to pop these out with a screwdriver. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, sometimes this happens too, this wear indicator. See how this one is? It's all in one piece. This one actually broke off because it was rubbing and squeaking, and they didn't say anything. When these things start squeaking, that means, hey, I need brakes. They kept driving it until it snapped off. Strangely enough, I only got a wear indicator for the other side. There's only one. Kind of odd. Then this caliper piston, you got to squeeze it in. You might be able to get a screwdriver in here and just pull it in while it's on the vehicle before you take it apart. Or you can use a C-clamp. I like to use vice grips. I got welding vice grips that are really slick for this. And this is the reason why your brake fluid is low, because this piston came out, so your fluid level goes down. So now my fluid level is going to go back up. When I got to do front brakes on this car, I'll do a brake flush. Oh, this thing got legs again and ran away on me. Put that back on. This caliper, this caliper's got air in it. This boot, you got to bleed all the air out of this thing. You just stick something in here, preferably something that's not sharp. And you want to get back inside of here, and there's a lip that goes around the piston, and you just want to kind of get it and move it to the side, and it should bleed the air out of it without wrecking the boot. It's still in one piece and there's no air in it. I didn't poke it with anything. They usually give you brake lube. This junk, it's usually in the box, and you want to put that on the contact surfaces. So you'll put a little here. I got a bottle of it, I don't mess with them packets. And you put some on the piston, just a little bit. You don't need to gob this on. There, that's it. Little there, little there. Then these caliper slide pins, you don't want to put that same lubricant on these pins, because if you do, that stuff will get old and these pins will lock right up on you and they won't work. The only thing you want to put on here is silicone paste or dielectric grease. I can't emphasize that enough. Don't put disc brake quiet on your pins. That black stuff is wrong. So yeah, I'm just going to re-lube these a little bit. There's actually enough lubricant on them, which is fine. Put this caliper back on here and make sure these boots don't fall off. Make sure they're lined up. I'm going to put this bottom one on first. It'll probably be easier. Oh yeah. The thing don't want to stay in. It's got air in it. Fun. Alright. I got those started, so I can start this bottom bolt for the caliper support bracket, and I'm going to tighten them support bracket bolts up first. Get those good and tight. You're going to make sure these boots fall all the way up on them pins. Get these good and tight. And you just want to make sure these calipers slide really nice. Make sure these pads in here slide really nice. They all move really good, which is really, really nice. It's like brand new. Do the same to the other side and you're done. Just make sure when you put everything back together too that you pump up your pedal, because it's going to go right to the floor, because until this piston gets pushed out and tightens up. Okay, bye.